New York is a unique state in that we are in the region of the world where we can grow barley, we can grow hops, but we have all these other wonderful things like honey and maple syrup and fruits and berries and vegetables. We're a unique place in that we can grow all of that. So our beer Behave is a good example of what can happen with what I could get from New York. So I developed a recipe that was base grain, very few hops, and honey, and the beer just works so well. It's a wonderfully tasting beer. The honey gives it a great body. It's not sweet. So now that's our regular beer, and it's a beer that restaurants love to have. We have that beer at several restaurants in Ithaca. Cultivari's been great. The new TC3 restaurants had our beer on 2 taps since they opened.
And so now we feel like we have time to be more involved and more active in the whole agriculture and, you know, farm to table part of the business. And that's what's going to grow. We both love that part. Not that we're going to start doing food, but we want to invite people in to do food and have people who know what they're doing.
This land is 35 acres, and we have a lot of room to grow stuff. We have a woman growing garlic, and we have the hops, but we just don't have time to do it. So we need to build partnerships where other people want to use the fields to grow things, and we'll find those over time. Our primary focus has been the brewery. We know we need to do the brewery well, and we need to keep beers on tap, and they need to be great beers. What we've seen is the number of breweries in the region actually increases our business because people come from Syracuse and they'll stop at Cortland, they'll stop at the other brewery in Dryden, they'll stop here, they'll go on to Ithaca, hit a couple breweries there, and they can make a day out of it. And we see that happening quite a bit. People wouldn't drive from Syracuse for one brewery necessarily, but if they can fit 5 or 6 in a trip, they'll do it. And we see that happening a lot. Or people from Buffalo or Rochester, and eventually in New York, we'll develop our own varieties of hops. And who knows what the unique flavor will be, but I'm pretty sure something will happen that will be a really unique flavor that people love, and that will become the New York hop. Maybe it's the Empire hop. New York is a great story because it has this great beer history, and so the Renaissance is the coming back of that, of small breweries, local, regional breweries.
I made furniture for a lot of years back in my mid-20s. Found a book on how to build a guitar. I was really interested in mandolins at the time too, so also got a book on making mandolins. And the transition over from woodworking to instrument making really wasn't that difficult. I'm getting more into the archtop guitar building, you know, so I'm really interested in the carving.
Dev making the instruments gives us kind of a special dimension.
Actually, it's the most exciting part of building instruments. I mean, it's building something that you know we're going to be playing in our group.
Yeah.
I mean, almost, even when I'm building for somebody else, I'm like, almost like, man, I think maybe I should just keep this one. And, you know.
We were born in the light of these broken down hills. We were tripping over stones. We were stepping on nails. We were bleeding through our jeans. We were swinging from the trees. We were rolling on the ground. We were getting stung by bees. But now I hardly recognize the echoes and rills. Oh, but now I hardly recognize the echoes and rills. We were wearing down our chucks and smoking our cigars, growing out our hair and driving unsafe cars. We were cruising down the road just to listen in to Neil. We were waiting for that old man to tell us how to feel. But now I hardly recognize the echoes and rills. Oh, but now I hardly recognize the echoes and rills. Oh, let's drive it back. Let's drive it back to the hills. Oh, let's drive it back. Let's drive recognize the echoes and rills. Oh, but now I hardly recognize the echoes and rills. We were born in the lights of this broken down hills, now waiting for the rain to wash away the fields. I'm waiting for your face to tell me how